My name is Becky Hammon. I'm an assistant coach with the San Antonio Spurs. Ever since I was little, I've always enjoyed basketball. I've been a gym rat my whole life. The older I got, the more passionate I got, the more determined I got to become great. In college is when the WNBA first started coming about in 1997, I believe. The WNBA was formed, and then that immediately became the goal. So I think as I was growing up, it was college and maybe overseas and the Olympics. Then it became, as I got older and the WNBA became a possibility, it was obviously the WNBA and Olympics and everything after that. I kind of had an aha moment, and I was doing a lot of TV at the time. I was rehabbing a knee injury, and I was doing some women's college basketball games, and the play-by-play guy that I was working with saw the losing coach walking out of the gym, and he said, "Isn't being a commentator like great? Like you never have to leave the gym a loser." And to me, immediately in my mind, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do TV because I can never leave the gym a winner. And it was like, it was just this moment that I realized that I would rather be in the battle, in the everyday grind. I want to be in the foxhole, I want to be in the war room, I want to be in the locker room, I want to be on the court, learning and coaching and developing relationships that have lasting impact on people. And when I look back on my own journey, I see that the greatest people that had impact on me were coaches, teammates. It wasn't people on TV. The moment that I got the call for the Spurs, I mean, anytime Greg Popovich is calling, you definitely pick up the phone. Obviously, I wanted to get into coaching, and when he called me and said, you know, we would love to bring you on board with us as an assistant coach, but you have to be done playing. And so, you know, I obviously held the phone away and was like, okay, I'll have to think about it. And then I was like, yes, absolutely yes, and come back on. I wanted to toss it around. I wanted to make sure I was done playing, and then I think I called him back the next day or two and said I would love to. You know, the fact that I was able to play 16 years in the WNBA obviously laid a groundwork of knowledge for me, and they laid a groundwork really of respect. All your experiences are part of the journey, and to embrace it, because at the end of the day, it's the preparation that you'll need to get to where you're going. My greatest role models supported me, so they were at home right in front of me. And as like I said, I got older, then I got to be more exposed to role models that were athletic women, basketball players. I remember in 1995, I was graduating from high school, and the Final Four was in Minneapolis. And I said, you know, for my senior gift from my parents, I wanted to go to the Final Four. Nike had a court there, and I got to like shoot around with Lisa Leslie, Dawn Staley was there, and Cheryl Swoops. And so to me, that role model was like to be able to snap pictures with those women, and then be playing against them like 4 years later was again surreal. But I think when I first saw Cheryl Swoops, that was the one that kind of inspired me to dream, like I want to be great like her. I think one of my greatest attributes as a coach and leader is my ability to unite people. Humans need love, they need empathy, and they need an opportunity, and they need to have a voice that's heard. And so to me, bringing all that stuff together is not only maybe one of my best attributes, but the part of the job that I cherish most. I've been able to step into a position where I get to learn from one of the greatest coaches ever, be around one of the greatest organizations in all of pro sports. Where I'd love to see the NBA go is obviously create more opportunities for women on the coaching sidelines or in the front office. There's so many ways people can become involved in sports besides just being an athlete. You know, to quote Ruth Bader Ginsburg, anywhere decisions are being made, a woman should be in those areas. And I think adding more women into the mix gives a different perspective, gives a different approach, and I think a much needed approach.